this is literally all I do when I film. I put a nice top on underneath, hide the dressing gown, and we are done. Hey guys, it's Steph and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought we could do a bit of a full face of first impressions. I did one of these fairly recently, maybe a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, not too sure, but I did one fairly recently and I focused it all on drugstore makeup. Today, I thought we could mix it up a bit and do high-end makeup. So yeah, you guys know the deal by now. I've got a ton of new makeup sitting right in front of me. I'm gonna chuck it on my face, let you guys know my thoughts, and we'll see what kind of look we end up with. So let's get into the video. But first, let's zoom you in. Oh, camera's further away. Okay. Hi there. Okay, so looking a little bit different than when you saw me a few seconds ago, I just went ahead and quickly primed my lids using the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot just to save a little bit of time, and because I don't have a new primer today, also just went and powdered that down as well, just using the Peach Cotton Finishing Powder, the multi-finish powder from Skin Food. So today I'm going to be using these shadows here from Deck of Scarlet. They're their new singles. I mentioned these in a PR video a while ago, and I'm finally getting around to trying them out. Let me just get this open for you guys. Let me just get that hair off it as well, because that's not very nice. So that is what they look like. As you might be able to see, I believe they are all shimmers. So I'm just going to go ahead and put like a neutral brown shade in my crease or something, because I think I'm going to go pretty hard with the shimmers today. I'm just going to work a little bit of like a neutral matte brown in my crease just to start off with. I might dip into a few other matte shadows in a minute, but just doing this to start off with. I never really start tutorials with my eye makeup, so I thought I'd mix it up a little bit today. Let me know, what do you start off with? Do you do your base first, or you do your eyes first? Normally, I'm a base first kind of girl, but today I thought I'd mix it up. So like I said, for the eyes, I think I'm mostly going to be using the new Deck of Scarlet singles. I'm just going to open these up for you guys. So I've got all the singles here, and then on the other side of this box, they've also sent me a palette, I guess, to put everything in. Are you stuck? Oh, it's glued on. Please tell me I didn't break that. Yeah, so it looks like that. You've got a nice mirror on the top as well. Oh my god, that is the most satisfying thing. When you rip like the little sticky label off like phones or whatever, just the most satisfying thing. And I'm guessing this is magnetic or something. So this is what they all look like in the old palette. Let's swatch a few colors, because I don't really know what sort of look I'm gonna do today. You guys know I am looking at that blue, kind of loving how it looks. But then we also have this shade here, which is like a kind of bluey brown. Let's do a few swatches. Ooh, that is really nice, to be fair. And this one, okay, that is stunning. That's very, very similar to MAC's. I think it's called like blue brown or something. Wow, that is intense. So is that. Okay, I literally don't know what to do today. We might have to go for a green. We might just have to go for a green. So I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with Deck of Scarlet, because I've done so many videos with them in the past, but normally they come out with like single palettes every other month. They team up with different YouTubers and influencers. And so each palette generally has like 2 lip colors. I believe it's like 3 eyeshadows and then 2 face powders, like a blusher, bronzer, highlighter, whatever. And then you normally get like an eyeliner and or a lip liner as well. So yeah, they've come out with their own single eyeshadows, and I've got to say the eyeshadows that I've tried from their palettes are always so nice. Like super blendable, super pigmented, so I'm buzzing for these. Let me see. I think we're just going to go straight in with the green and just kind of build everything up as we go along. Wow, I literally did just like one swipe and you can see it's just picked up a ton of pigment. Okay, so I'm just going to pack that over my lid. Oh, it's like a really nice kind of limey green. I wonder how they'll work wet, because I bet that'll go like super foiled. So I'm just going to tap that in there. Tap off any excess, and let's see. Oh my god. Okay, that is intense. That is definitely like a lime green. Wow. And that is like super opaque as well. I never really thought I'd be like a lime green eyeshadow kind of girl, but today apparently I am. Okay, yep, kind of in love with that. So next we'll take a different brush, I think. And I don't really know what color to go in next with, to be honest. I never really do like lime green looks, so this is a little bit different for me. Maybe if we go in with like, I'm kind of thinking this shade, maybe this shade. Let me have a little look. Okay, that one's maybe a little bit too purple for this look. I'm not sure. Yeah, screw it. Let's just go in with this like blue-brown color. By the way, I think they do have names on the bottom, so let me just check for you what these are called. The green one is called Isabel. Let me just stick that back in there. Get back in there, please. The green one's called Isabel, and this kind of bluey brown one is called Nikia, I think. So I'm just gonna take that on a dry brush and just pack that on the outer corner just to deepen it a bit. Kind of almost like changing the color of it, actually. But in like a good way, it's kind of neutralizing it. That is such a crazy color, because literally you swatch it and it's like bluish, but on my lid it's kind of like a warm brown almost. Yeah, when you slightly wet it, that's when it goes a little bit more blue. That is crazy. What? So now I'm kind of looking at one of these shades and thinking I might actually do a halo eye with this color, with the green. I don't know how that's gonna end up, but let's do it anyway. I'm using the same brush, but I did just scrub it off in this little guy. Let's try that maybe. Okay, let's pop that on the inner corner. Ooh, that is a nice color. I can definitely see it more on the inner corner. Like I said, you guys, I really have no plan for today's eye look, so I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna leave it like that for a minute and just quickly blend out all the edges with a clean fluffy brush. And I think I'm actually gonna take my finger, yeah, it goes super foiled like that, and just pat that over the top. Okay, wow. What the hell? Ooh, that's something a little bit different from me, but I like it. Then I'll just take that same shade that I used in my crease and just kind of buff that in over the top again, just to blend it out even more. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there for the eyes for a minute, because I do want to smoke out my lower lash line in a second, so I do need to put my base on. So, for my base, I'm going to start off with a new primer. It's from Illamasqua. It's their Hydra Veil, which I wanted to use for so long. It literally looks like this weird jelly thing, and I think this is like a spoon or something. I don't know, but I think I just broke it. Like, what the hell is this? Is that just a pulley thing? I'm gonna leave it before I do actually break something. I'm gonna pick it up with my finger. Let me know if you know what the hell I'm supposed to do with this, but as you might be able to see, it is literally just like a jelly. Oh, it's cold. Oh my god, that is so cold. And I'm just gonna massage that over my skin. I hear so many people talking about this all the time, so I've got high hopes. Yeah, that sunk in really, really quickly, and it has just given me like a nice tack to my skin. So far, can't really say too much about this, but so far so good. Next we'll move on to foundation. Now I didn't think I actually had a new high-end foundation. I do have the Huda Beauty one, but I want to save that for a full testing Huda makeup video. So instead I came across these little samples from It Cosmetics. It's the CC cream, which apparently is really, really full coverage. I've got one in the shade medium and I think one in light, so I'm gonna start off with medium. I think that looks decent enough. Yeah, this stuff is apparently meant to be like crazy coverage, which is weird because it says CC cream. Don't really understand that, but I'll roll with it. So I'm gonna take my Zoeva buffing brush. Yeah, medium looks like it could be a good color. Oh my god, that smells incredible. Yeah, color looks okay. Would prefer it to be a little bit more yellow tone, but I've got some cream contour in a minute that I can use, so I'm not too fussed about that. Yeah, this is definitely one of the more full coverage CC creams I've come across. Normally I put them on and I'm like, yeah, did you do anything? But this, like, it's not the most full coverage thing in the world, but it's got coverage. I was expecting to use this and be like, wow. I do like it. I bloody love how it smells. But I'm looking at like, yeah, it's okay. But I was kind of, I don't know, maybe I was overhyping it a bit, but I've heard so many people say this is like one of their favorite foundations. Next up is something that I swear I picked up when I was like going to Morocco or something, so quite a while ago now. It is the Pro Longwear Concealer from MAC, and I don't think I have the right color, but I really wanted to try it anyway. I have it in the shade NC20. But it looks okay, actually. Oh, it's a pump. I thought it was going to be a doe fit. Okay. Oh, it's actually quite yellow toned, which is good. A little bit too pale, maybe. Oh my god, is this going to be like one of those Avon situations again where I literally just end up painting my entire face with concealer? This is not my colour, but it's fine. We'll roll with it. I'm just going to clean up that eyeshadow a little bit. Blend it all in a bit more when we get down to doing the lower lash line. I mean, I'm not going to lie, like, I know it's the wrong colour, but I'm not loving this too much. Maybe I'm just being thrown off because of the colour. But it's not giving me that much coverage, like my spot's still there. Yeah, not that fussed. I don't know, is there like a specific way you guys use it or whatever? Because right now I'm just like, Okay, so a bit of a fail with the base, but it's fine. We'll move on to something else. So this is the RCMA Highlight and Contour Palette in the shade Light. I have swatched this a few times, but I've never used it on my actual face. So let's have a look at, oh, they're very thick. Let's have a look at these shades here. That one there looks a bit kind of cool toned, and this one looks a bit dark. So, you know what, I think I am just going to go in with the dark one, just because I do need to warm this up a bit. Don't let this be a fail. That looks promising. Okay, I'm going to blend that up with that brush. I think it's warming it up a little bit, which is good. That's what I wanted. I think this is kind of saving the day a little bit. It blends out like a dream. Next, I think I'll give this a go. It is the Buxom Divine Goddess Luminizer. Basically like a liquid highlighter, I think. So let's give that a go. Don't know how much I need for this. It's quite a big bottle, actually. I'm just patting it with my fingers to start off with. Oh, that's quite a wet look. Doesn't really show up too much on camera, I don't think. But it definitely is more of like a subtle wet look. I think on your body, this would look insane. Blends out nicely, and it does look pretty. It's just not like my sort of usual liquid highlighter. I think once you use and fall in love with like the Iconic, the Cover FX, all those sort of things, these kind of liquid highlighters, they just seem a little bit meh. Next for powder, I'm finally, after umming and ahhing about this for years now, going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Haven't touched this, so I'm very intrigued. I'm sure so many of you have already used this and you're like, Steph, how are you only just using this? But I really didn't want to give in to the hype. So let's just start by packing that under my eyes. Okay, it doesn't seem to come out any sort of colour, which is good. I've had a few mixed reviews on this actually. Like most people I've heard talk about this are like, it's one of the best powders ever. But then also a few of you guys said that you weren't that keen on it. So I'm going in with a completely open mind. Looks quite matte, so now I'm a little bit like, oh my god, what have I done? Around my nose, and I don't know if this is just the concealer or whatever, around my nose I'm not feeling it. Around my eyes, I feel like if after a while my oils kind of start coming through, I feel like I'll like it, but at the moment it does look quite matte. But around the rest of my face, I am pretty happy with that. It doesn't look too matte around the rest of my face. It just kind of, yeah, set everything in place. It's all quite smooth. Don't actually know about that yet. I think that's one I'm going to have to use a few different times on like my everyday kind of makeup, because obviously it's a first impressions. I don't really know if it's like the foundation or the concealer or what that's like playing me a little bit. So let me know which foundations you guys like to use this with, or which concealers or whatever, because I'm not sure. I'll give it a go. Next, we'll bronze everything up a bit. So for this, I have the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze Powder Bronzer. Let's open this bad boy up. Nice packaging. Ooh, looks like this. I don't know if it's matte or what. Looks like that. Looks very similar to like Illamasqua. Oh my god, that feels like nothing. Ooh, that's actually quite cool toned. I was maybe expecting it to be a little bit more warm. Let's try and contour with it to start off with, and then I might like bring it up a little bit or something, depending on how cool or warm toned it is. Actually seems to be quite warm toned, to be honest. So I think I'll bring that up. It's kind of like a bit misleading. It has like grey undertones, but then as I apply it to my skin, it's got slightly more red to it. Really not feeling my foundation and concealer today. I feel like it looks like I've got a lot of product on my face, but the coverage isn't there. Like, I don't mind being a cake face as long as we've got a lot of coverage. But right now I'm just looking like a cake face, but you can still see like a few scars here, my spot here. I'm not sure if I'm loving life. So next, even though I've been using this mirror in so many videos, as you can see, I have not used this product at all. It is the Marc Jacobs Lines and Last Night Air Blush. So I think I'll just take the same brush I'm using now and maybe focus more on this area. I don't know how intense this is going to be. Looks quite nice. And I'll just apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Okay, I think I can go a little bit more heavy-handed with that. Maybe go right in the middle. That's quite nice, actually. I mean, it's nothing crazy. I'm not really much of a blush fan, so there's only so much I can say about blushes because I don't really like them that much. But yeah, I do like it. I just don't really tend to get that excited about blushes. It's nice. I like it, using it like right in the center. It just kind of gives you a bit of a lift to your skin. But obviously if you're more into like deeper blushes, go for this side. go for that side if you want something a bit lighter. Alright, next we have a brand new highlighting palette. This is from Cover FX. It's their Perfect Highlighting Palette. Let's have a little look-see. So Cover FX are the brand that do the drops, which I love. Ooh, that looks like a nice colour. Hello. I really am running out of room to swatch things. So that's a bit more rosy. I think we all know I'm going to go for that colour there. I think it might be a bit too dark. Okay, let's go for this shade here instead. There we go. Okay, mixing those two together I think was a good shout. I wish that one of the more like golden colours suited me because it is a little bit too dark. I might try and layer that on a bit. But I can appreciate that that is nice. Like you can just see how that is popping on my little cheek. I feel like if you're mostly into like pinky highlighters, then this will be for you. Or if you're obviously a bit darker than me. Because realistically, I'm not going to be able to get too much use out of this. Just because personally, I don't really love like the more pinky highlights. But if that's your thing, then the formula is really, really nice of these. Yeah, that's nice. I just wish it was more my colour, but that is nice. If that's your colour, then that's really good. So I think I'm going to go back in with my eyes, taking that same shade that I used for the outer and inner corner. And I think just layer that up a little bit more and start to go on my lower lash line, I think. Just 'cause I'm getting fed up of looking crazy with all this eyeshadow everywhere. And then I think I'll go back in with that bronzer that I used and just take some of that on a fluffy brush and just kind of buff the edges of that out again. Yeah, I like that. I like the little pop of green right in the center. Bye. So next for the eyes, I'm going to be using the new Urban Decay mascara. This is the Troublemaker Super Fat, Super Long, Sex Proof Mascara. I would do a testing video on that, but I don't think Ollie would be up for it. Ooh, I like the wand. Okay, right. This looks like my kind of wand. Nothing's happening so far. Maybe it takes a minute or so to build up, but I mean, I thought I would love this wand, but it's not doing like anything crazy. And by the way that they've marketed it, I was expecting like, oh my god, this is going to be like the best mascara. But it's just not doing that much. It is doing something nice to my top lashes. Like I like the way it's kind of brushed them out. They all look very even and kind of false lash-like. But they don't really look any longer or any thicker than any other mascara would kind of do for my lashes. It just seems to like tidy them up a little bit. Alright, I think that's enough mascara for the minute because I am going to be using some falsies. But yeah, I like it, but I mean, considering that Urban Decay is a high-end brand, it's not really doing anything crazy for me right now. Oh my god, I forgot to highlight my inner corner. Okay, let's go back into the shadow palette, and I think, oh, we were going to use that on our face actually, weren't we? So maybe I'll give that a go. And let's see what this can do. Okay, yeah, I like that. Yep, like that one a lot. That is the sort of thing I was after from the other palette. Okay, so safe to say that that eyeshadow, I don't know what it's called. Let me just try and get this one out. This one, which is called Yvonne, that is a good highlight, a very good highlight. So for lashes, I think I'm going to be using these Demure lashes. These here are in the style, I have no idea, Naomi? I don't know. This style, they look like this. I also have the Benefit Lash Glue, Invisible Lash Glue. Apparently it's 48 hour. Might have to put that to test at some point. So what I'm going to do is chop these up, glue them up, and then we'll do my brows, my lips or whatever, and then we'll pop these on at the end. So for my brows, whilst my lashes are waiting to dry, what is this? I have the Couture Brow Marker from YSL. This one is in the shade Dark Brown. Let's have a look. I don't actually know what this is. Oh my god, that is massive. Okay, let's give it a go. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, I quite like that. That actually gives very hair-like strokes, which is strange because this literally looks like the most terrifying marker I've ever seen. Quite impressed by that, not gonna lie. All right, let's give this a go. You know what? I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way and do it with my fingers, and I'll squish them on with my lash thing in a second. Well, this glue's like wiggling all over the place. Okay, I'm very confused because it's still wet to the touch, but it's just not sticking my bloody lashes down. Okay, these lashes are very, very long. Right, I'll put on a little bit more and I'll put them on when they're a bit more wet. Maybe this is like one of those glues that just needs to be a bit less tacky. Stay there, thank you very much. Right, let's give that a miss for a second, and instead we'll move on to lips. So, right, so I've got some very fancy, or way too fancy for me, Burberry lipsticks. These are liquid lipsticks, and I have like a few kind of like pinky berry tone shades. Obviously, you know I'm like looking at this one, but I feel like these would be a bit too intense. Yeah, I feel like they'd be a bit too intense, but I also have this one from Stila, which is like a proper nude. So that's Caramello, it's quite like a pinky nude. And this just seems to be more of like an actual pink. Oh, it's actually a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be. It's very moussey as well. What do you guys think? I'm kind of just thinking I'll go for the Stila one, and I might deepen up the edges a bit with the Burberry one maybe. Oh my god, these smell so good. I don't know what that smell is, but that smells insane. Nice. Looks a lot more nudie on the lips. Okay, do I want to deepen it up a bit? I'm kind of just liking how this looks on its own. Maybe I'll take like the tiniest amount. So this one here is in the shade number 5 Fawn. And just while that's wet still, I'm just gonna deepen up the outer corner. It was actually really easy. Yeah, happy with that. Right, let's move on to these bloody lashes again. So, let's have a look. Okay, this looks a bit better. Let's shove these on. They're definitely still wet, so if these don't go on now, I don't know when they will. Okay, I think you're better off doing them when they're a little bit wet, because they went on a bit easier then. They're still not on, but I feel like once they dry down a bit more, we'll give them a squish and they'll be fine. Can't tell if I like these lashes or not. They're a little bit more different than something I usually go for, because they're like clustered, but I don't know. Yeah, I think these lashes are just something that I'm not really used to. I do really like them though. They're really easy to put on, and I like how they feel. They barely feel like anything on my eyes at all. I think it's just that I'm like putting myself off a bit, because these are not the usual kind of style of lashes that I go for. But let me know what you think. Normally I'm like a corner lash kind of girl, and I could definitely turn these into like corner lashes, but I don't know. What do you think? Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look, and overall I'm pretty happy with it. I'm still not sure about these lashes. They're just completely throwing me off because they're so different to what I normally go to. So I'm just looking at my skin and my under eyes, and I do actually think that I'm gonna be a fan of the Laura Mercier powder, because it has kind of meshed in with my skin nicely under my eyes. Doesn't feel too matte, and it doesn't really feel like anything on my skin anymore. So I feel like this could be a good one. The CC cream from It Cosmetics, I'm a bit like, it's okay, but I don't really get the hype. I've heard so many people talk about it, and I don't really understand what makes it so great. Another product that I wasn't necessarily sure on, but I actually surprisingly ended up liking, is the Couture Brow Marker from YSL, this one here. Really like that. Definitely think I'm going to pick this up in another colour, because it is a bit too warm for me, but I did really like how it looked. Another thing I really liked were the eyeshadows. I think these would be so nice just as like a topper for any other kind of matte eye look. Just pop one of these like in the centre, in the inner corner or whatever, and I think it will just completely change your eye look. So yeah, really like those. And as for this shade here as a highlight, it is stunning. Like you can see, it's just so metallic. Like I know that swatch was something else, but it's just such a blinding highlight shade. So yeah, I love that. I think that was called Yvonne or something. And then I also have this shade here, which I haven't tried yet. This one. Let's just pop that there. So a little bit more rose goldy, but that could also be a really nice highlight if that's your thing. Yeah. Really like that palette. So yeah, a few hits, a few misses, but overall I'm pretty happy with how the look turned out. Like I said, let me know what you think of these lashes. Do I need to like step out of my comfort zone a little bit more? Because I'm honestly just looking at myself thinking these lashes are so intense for me. Look at my arms, I'm just completely covered in swatches. Do let me know what you think of this overall makeup look, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, then please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me, because I upload all the damn time. Also, make sure you follow me over on Instagram and Twitter, because I'm still posting a ton of giveaways in the lead up to Christmas. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.